1895, as you can see,
Yes,
dated on the
yes.
reverse. And this was produced by Colport to commemorate his famous Century of Centuries.
Yes.
He was an avid cricketer, and a very good one. And on the occasion of completing his 100th century, it was decided by Colport to produce this plate. It's rather splendid because it contains all the information about all the centuries,
Yes, it does.
all the dates, and it even goes as far as to point out on the occasions when he wasn't out, indicated by the little dots.
Yes.
It's very typical of the series of plates that they produce. They produce them in blue, they produce them in pink, and there were one or two other small varieties. How did you acquire it?
My father left me,
Oh, right, and perhaps he bought it?
and he worked in that factory.
He worked for Colport?
Yes, and his father before him worked in there.
How interesting.
My grandfather.
And perhaps as employees of the factory, they were given these on the occasion of the production?
Yeah, yes, they might have been, yes.
Oh, well, that's really rather nice. Do you have any idea of its value?
No.
You don't?
That's what we've come for.
I see. Well, cricket is a very popular subject. It's widely collected by people. And today, plates such as these, this particular variety, will sell for in the region of 300 to 350 pounds.
Yes.
Now look, don't be shy, but just tell me, are you really as enamorous a lady as this item might suggest?
No, not actually mine.
Well, it's not?
No, it's my sister's.
I've seen some teapots in my time, but this has to be one of the craziest teapots I've ever seen.
That's why it was bought.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be forgiven for thinking this is the sort of prize you get for donating 50 gallons of blood to a blood transfusion bank, couldn't you? I've never seen anything like it. But does it, I mean, does it work?
Oh, yes, it works fine. All the teapots in our house do.
All her teapots?
Yeah, she's got 23. She collects them.
She's got 23 teapots?
Yeah.
She is a teapot maniac.
Yeah.
This has got to be one of the weirdest she's got, is it?
Yes, this is the extra special one.
The extra special. Let's have a look underneath it. Let's have a quick peek and see if we can find anything out. Oh, there's a blurred mark. Oh, it just says, I can see the word England. Frankly, I'm not sure how old it is. I mean, it could be 30s. You get a lot of novelty teapots in the 1930s, like the little cars with
Yeah.
cheap for 2 OK. She got one of those as well, no?
No.
Oh,
We missed the racing car one.
You
It's
missed
been
it?
sold.
Oh, well. Or it's like the sort of thing that might have been done in the 50s or
Well,
the
that's
60s.
what we assumed. And the person who bought it off, she thought it was 50s deco as well.
Did she? 50s deco, that's a nice expression. Can I be cheeky? How much you paid for it?
Yes, £40.
£40. Oh, it's quite a price, but I think you'll find in years to come it was money well spent.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this one's quite straightforward. Piece to deal with. It's a basket. And it's a basket made in porcelain, but of English silver inspiration. The shape is taken from the kind of piece the English silversmiths were making between 1750 and 1760 in the reign of George II. But when we look at the decoration, we find that it's oriental in theme. And we've got a magnolia and a peony issuing from rockwork, which is the sort of decoration you would expect to find in China. What we're looking at is a basket made in China for the European market in about 1760. And there was a large trade in these pieces made of European shapes by the Chinese, and purely for Europeans. The local people in China weren't the least bit interested in this kind of shape. But this was marketed in Europe by the Chinese, making them to European designs, but with a certain amount of Chinese drawing. This base here is quite plain with the square space in the middle, unmarked, because the Chinese wares of that period made for the European market are never marked. And you've got these handles, which are a cross, really, between English European silver shapes and Chinese dragons. You've got a sort of scaly back there that might refer to an Oriental dragon. It's a very nice thing. Presumably, this once part of the service. So, do you have any other pieces?
Yes, there's another one of these that's been fitted in the past. I think that's what you call it. And it's in 3 pieces, but it seems to be very nearly identical to this.
But that's all you've got?
That's all I've got. There's nothing else.
Well, it's a pity about the other one being damaged. A perfect pair of these would, I think, fetch at auction about £1,000. A single one in good condition is worth £450, £500, therefore. And the other one, a couple of hundred because of its damaged condition.
Well, this is rather fun object. Do you know what they're called?
No, I'm not too familiar.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a cup and it's silver, but they're known as
Yes.
tumbler cups because normally they tumble back like that.
Oh, I see.
And you get them from right across England. This one is a London one, and it's got date letter on here for 1763.
Is it old as that, is it?
Yes, but
Yeah.
old enough for these, that isn't actually so very old. In fact, it's coming towards the end of their life. They come in around sort of 1670, or seem to.
Yes.
They specialise in making them in Chester, but they made them elsewhere. I mean, they made them in York, and they made them in Leeds, oddly enough. And they made some in Scotland. The Scottish ones usually rather bigger. Now, it's a surprise. Usually Scottish things the other way around, but in this case it's bigger.
Scotsman's dram.
Yes, well, it's
Yes.
quite a large dram, isn't it? But this is the normal thing. The Cheshire ones were very often given as prizes, cockfighting prizes. And so they're quite often still known as cocking brothers there. But there's actually only one pair, I think,
Yes.
which are engraved with a cockfight
Oh, really?
on the side.
Yes.
But do you use this to drink with?
No, it doesn't see the light of day.
No, it's good. No,
No.
I use them at home to drink. They are very good, because if somebody drops them, it doesn't matter.
This has got a monogram on it, hasn't it?
Yes, they're here,
Yes.
which is, what, JMB, is it? Or is it
Well, I haven't got my
No,
glasses with me at the moment.
I think actually it is supposed to be JMB. It may be just
Yes.
chance it comes to that.
Yes.
But though that is contemporary, that's the sort of engraving you would expect in the 1760s.
I see.
And it also has the form, the lip comes out ever so little there.
Yes, yes.
The very early ones don't. They tend to be rather sort of straight-sided, and actually they don't tumble nearly so well. This doing that is the great thing, tumbling back.
Yes.
It doesn't stop it spilling.
No, quite. I noticed that on the inside here, it seems to be a different colour to the silver on the outside.
Well, that's quite great. The interior is gilt.
Oh, is it?
And
Yes.
that, of course, is gradually worn. Now, it's now reached almost a lemon colour, which is really rather nice. Old gilding now, you could, of course, have it re-gilded, like, as you would do for a salt cellar. Rather than having a glass liner to gild the interior, then the salt doesn't burn into the silver.
I see. Yes. Yes.
And in terms of value, you know, if you're interested in that, but I would think in terms of around the 250, that sort of thing. Not much more than that.
Yes.
And a retail, because that could not possibly ever have fitted anybody in the Beatles. I can fit everybody's jackets, Paul's, John's, everybody's. And even when they were, 18 and 19, they were quite stocky on the shoulders. Yeah. No, who said that it was right?
Have you any idea of the nationality of this piece?
I've no idea at all, no. I just thought it was Victorian and
Victorian
English.
rather suggests English, doesn't it?
Yes,
I
yes.
wonder, I'm a little bit there we are. If we look here, this circular hole here, and all this rococo, as it's called, engraving, this very asymmetrical engraving, repeated on the hinge, and then up here with the round pin. The round pin is actually indicative of being normally German, certainly not English. And I think this is almost certainly a German copy of an English Victorian sewing table.
Really?
Yes. Let's have a look inside it. I presume this comes out. They normally...
Yes, that comes out.
It's nothing in it, so you haven't been using it as a work table.
Yes,
at
I
all.
have. Yes,
You
I
have?
do.
So
Yes,
you have to
yes,
empty it out.
yes.
Right. This is, on the inside, it's beautifully made with sycamore maple. It's actually called sycamore maple. It's a particular type of European maple. And let's just put the top down. And on the outside here, walnut, again European walnut, and a very specific type. What is quite interesting about this is it's got one veneer cut down the middle, so it's half veneered. Normally speaking, the English ones, I think, would have a quarter veneering. So
Yes,
4 slices
yes,
of veneer
yes.
pointing into the middle. This is just half. And one particular German or European feature is the wooden casters. Normally in England they would be brass or ceramic at this stage. So what we have is a very good condition, very nicely made piece of German export ware. And of course it's quite interesting that because there's a lot of rapport between Germany and England. If you think of Queen Victoria,
Yes, yes.
her husband Prince Albert from Saxe-Coburg, I'd have thought that probably it's worth now £400 to £500, something like that.
When my skin breaks out, I can't stop scratching.
New Lanacaine medicated powder gives fast, soothing relief. Sometimes I itch so badly it hurts. Lanacaine works 3 ways. Medicates, absorbs, and dries all in one.
It's amazing.
Lanacaine medicated powder.
Your briefcase? Yes, sir. It's here in the hall.
Acura, designed with purpose, driven by passion.
Ah, the authentic recipe fresh frozen pasta entrees from Michelina's.
We take the fresh pasta and put it with a salsa. You microwave us up and you give it a little tossa. Mucho love to say because it don't know mucho costa. Hey, Michelina's. I made it from my mama Michelina's recipe. Not about a mucho better top of quality. Even gotta get it back, money guarantee. Hey, Michelina's. Not about a mucho better top of quality. Hey, Michelina's.
I want more out of life. I want to have a good time.
Have a good time.
We want to be smarter about the way we spend.
make the right
I just want to make a decision.
I want more out of life. I just want to get a life. I want to be in control.
I want to get one. I want to get what I want.
The new Blue American Express credit card. No annual fee, it lets you carry a balance, and you can get cash back on virtually everything you buy. So you can do more.
When my skin breaks out, I can't stop scratching.
New Lanacaine medicated powder gives fast, soothing relief. Sometimes I itch so badly it hurts. Lanacaine works 3 ways. Medicates, absorbs, and dries all in one.
It's amazing.
Lanacaine medicated powder.
A young filmmaker seeks artistic guidance from a leader in the Native community.
He said, I have all the teachers I need. Those teachers are smell, taste, touch, hearing, and seeing.
He chronicles a society troubled by isolation, homophobia, and a rejection of non-natives. The world premiere of My Native Self on Rough Cuts, tonight on CBC News World.
I have never seen an artist's paintbox in such an immaculate condition. You don't paint, obviously.
Well, fortunately, I think.
And this didn't come from a painter.
No.
It's of such quality that it's a sort of aristocratic paintbox. This was made about 1860 by George Rowney and Company, and is in such a marvelous condition. I'm staggered for words. I've never seen anything so mint. I'll do this first, sir. Lovely little watch pans. All one cracked, actually. I wonder why that got broken. Was it dropped?
It could have
Maybe
been
broken.
in removals, yes.
I take this out. Another little can here. I think the best thing is to dissect the whole thing. Take it to pieces, and that looks as if it has been touched at some time. And a little pot for the watercolour. The can of... And it's got Rowney's mark in it. And look at that. All old Arthur Negus would have loved to show this. Look at that. Palettes. I think we're mixing your watercolours on. In here we have some Indian ink, chalks, charcoal, brushes in here, and that can be taken out also. Little pots here, beautifully turned. Black ink. This will be white. Yes, white. Stumps. Actually, if you use the pastel work, the rubbing to get a soft effect. A little gadget here for holding holding sticks in, so it's your fingers that get dirty, holding charcoal, drawing them. And the whole thing is completely staggering. Absolutely beautifully made. And I should think in 1860 odd, when that was made, it was sold for something like £1, 10 shillings and sixpence, a guinea and a half. When you think of Victorian artists like Samuel Palmer having a box of this sort, and just using the colours gently, and putting them back as if they were precious, because they were precious. In its condition, and the fact that it is mint like that, I should think that must be worth every penny, 250 to 350 pounds.
I thought it was Chinese.
Right.
I thought it was fairly early Chinese. But I really brought it, you to tell me what it is, because I don't honestly know.
Had you thought what other things it could be too? You just thought Chinese because
Unless
of the
it was
design.
a copy of a Chinese by an English factory.
In fact, it's neither of those, but you're very close. It could be, for instance, looking at it, could be, for instance, Meissen, because they use this design. It could be press-bred Worcester. It could be Bow. It could be Chelsea. It's neither of those. In fact, it's Japanese. And it's the first that they were the first to produce this design.
Yes.
Which is called it's called a Kakyeman pattern because of the potters. There was a family of potters called Kakyeman. Kakyeman 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they go on to the present day, and they make them now. Had you thought about the back at all? Should we have a look at that? Because the distinguishing factors would be these 5 spur marks here.
Yes.
Because when the plate is put in the kiln, it would rest on refractory clay, small mounds of refractory clay.
Yes.
And that would produce, when the plate is taken off, these little spur marks here.
Yes.
Now, if it was Chelsea, it's more likely to say, for instance, have 3 spur marks. Meissen wouldn't have them, would rest on the foot ring. So you've got, that is a good sign here. Let's turn it back here. I'm afraid, in passing, I should say you've got these dreaded metal clips, haven't you?
Yes.
Did you know how bad that was, really?
Yes, I did. And I'm frightened to take them off for fear of
that you might
damaging
chip it. You should be quite careful about it and edge them off very, very carefully, because otherwise you have very minute chips, but if it does chip it badly, it would reduce the value, obviously, dramatically.
Yes.
The period, I should say, incidentally, is about, I think, early 18th century, about 1700, possibly 1720. They were very expensive, actually, these Japanese wares, when they were exported to Europe, and then copied by the Meissen factories and so forth.
Yes.
They're very expensive then to buy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, because they're very high quality pieces of porcelain, not in the wear, but the decoration. Do you know what it's worth at all? Any idea at all?
Not really. They had an exhibition at Burley House.
Correct.
2 years ago.
Ah, yes, that's right.
And I was one of the volunteers that
well, they had marvellous Japanese cake.
So I had a little look there
to
see, but I still don't know the answer.
Well, I think it's worth perhaps, certainly in excess of £1,000, perhaps even 1,500.
Goodness gracious me. Better come off the wall.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, it's crude, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought, well, it could...
It's a transfer print with
so nothing special.
with colouring on top, and it's about 1840 to 50. And very discoloured. You see, it should be white and it's gone brown. So very little value, just a pound or two.
But the original costume, although this isn't the original costume, the original one is very similar. Yes.
Oh, yeah, the pattern was taken from that.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, the bad news is that had she had her original head on there, she would have been £300 or £400 worth. But with that replacement head, that's probably knocked half the value off. I think we're probably talking about, I don't know, £100, £150, because the mechanism's still good. And I think it wouldn't be too hard a job to actually find an old head to go on here. And then, you know, she'd be back to where you started in 1880. No, she's lovely.
Now that I like. That I do. It looks to be a very nice English late Regency watch. And as usual, just takes a few seconds to get into here. The movement lifting out through the front. We'll remove the dust cap. And it is indeed just what I had thought. It's signed by L. Belati of Grantham, number 132. Do they still have a shop in Grantham or not?
I don't know. I've never been to Grantham for years, not since Maggie's been from.
Right, well, I shall just say then that probably they were a retail premises there. I'm sure he didn't actually make the watch, he probably just finished it for retail. And the nice thing about it is that it's got that absolutely wonderful machine-turned dial with a 3-colour gold border and raised gold numerals. The machine turning on the dial is absolutely exquisite. Very, very nice quality.
I wonder how they did that. Hand and machine.
No, it's machine done. The watch itself is obviously 18-karat gold. Hallmark Birmingham 1830. Well, I'll just look up this man and see if it conforms pretty much to the date that we've been talking about. Here we are. Louis Bellarti, Grantham, 1828.
Oh.
So it fits in very nicely. Other features on the watch which are particularly nice, very, very nice, heavily engraved floral case, pendant and bow, and then running onto the chain. If I can just unhook that for a moment, pop the watch to one side. The chain is 9-karat gold, nice links, and a very substantial chain, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Big, heavy chain. I
Heavy
think
to carry.
certainly in the region of a couple of ounces. I mean, that is a big, big chain. And this little medallion on the end, it says here, Colonial and Indian Exhibition, dated 1886. It's not hallmark, but I'm quite convinced it's gold. There's enamel, rather nice enamel above the crown. And of course, the world has been enameled on each side, sadly fading a little bit, a bit scratched. It's a very pretty thing. And obviously, all in all, a nice little suite. Coming down to price, the great thing about this watch is that it is in very crisp condition. People are prepared to pay now much, much more for something that is clean and good and not rubbed. So,
would it be a one-off type of thing then?
No, that is a fairly normal sort of watch of the period, but it's, as I say, nice quality. I would put a price on that at auction at the moment of about £500 at auction.
Yeah.
The chain, being a big heavy chain, obviously considerably more than milk value. At the moment that would be scrapping for something in the region of £200. But because it is a good heavy gold chain, certainly in excess of 300 at auction. And this rather nice little medallion here, I would have thought in the region of £200.
When we bought it, it came from an antique shop in Bury St Edmunds.
Yes.
And it was all this top was all wrapped up in sacking and paper.
Yes.
And when we got it home, we cut open the paper, and it was Brussels 1820. So I imagine that it came from the continent.
That's right. It is indeed, again, it's a continental piece. It's probably Belgian, could just be German. What is interesting about it, you mentioned 1820. I would be surprised if it was quite that early. If I had to date it, I would have said around 1840 to 1850, so perhaps it was wrapped up in old newspaper at the time. But of course, you know that it's got a fascinating mechanism, hasn't it?
Yes.
Because the problem with everybody wanted single pedestal dining tables, so that you didn't get your feet against the legs. The problem was when you opened them up, how you could support them.
Yep.
And in England, they had several devices, patent devices, but this is one which is particularly continental. So we've got two legs that come down like that, that one there, that one there, and then pull it out like that, and you've got leaves that go in there. Three leaves. So when it's fully extended, you've got a table that will sit 12, 14 people.
Well, easily 12, we've often done that.
Easily 12. And again, it's the detail of these things which make them so interesting. These legs have actually got wooden casters putting them down here. And it is a design which you really will not see on an English table.
I've no idea.
So, and this has been your family dining table ever since you bought it?
30 years.
See how well it's worked. Always the question, you bought it in a shop, about 40 years ago, so you paid what, less than £100?
It was £40, and that included delivery from Bury St Edmunds to Peterborough.
Well, today, obviously, a little bit more.
Yes.
I would think that today, if this table came up in auction, you could well expect to pay £4,000.
Thank you very much.
Where
Where others see risks, you see opportunities. And now you're working round the clock, making your dream reality. That's where we can help. We're the Business Development Bank of Canada. We understand small business. We can help your business grow. With one-on-one consulting, unconventional financing, and expert advice tailored to your specific needs so you can grow and grow and grow. The Business Development Bank of Canada. We're a different kind of bank.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
Can we order pizza?
Okay. Time for McCain.
Introducing new McCain Rising Crust Pizza.
Rise up, rise up.
The new pizzeria pizza from McCain with a rising crust that bakes up fresh in your oven to deliver a perfect crust loaded with more toppings than ever.
Great pizza. Where'd you get it?
Oh, just a little place around the corner.
Rise up,
New Rising Crust Pizza, delivered by McCain.
It contains some of the most prized photographs in existence. Photographs that have won not only awards, but the admiration of an entire world. It is a collection many consider priceless, but you can bring it into your home for $42 a year. It is National Geographic. We take you behind the scenes to show you the world's greatest wonders. Unlock its greatest secrets. Call now to receive 12 monthly issues for $42 and up to 6 bonus reference maps throughout the year. Imagine scaling mountains in Chile, sailing to the Black Sea, and marveling at the dazzling colors of a Peruvian rainforest. For $42 a year, you can become a collector of National Geographic, the most exciting magazine on Earth.
To join or as a gift, call now 1-800-227-4600. Use your credit card or send $42 to the National Geographic Society. Call now.
Well, this is a pretty little box. I love it.
It's pretty, isn't it?
You like it?
Yes, I do very much. I tried to look it up in some of the English reference books, but I couldn't find any reference to it at all.
You couldn't. I'm not surprised you couldn't find it in an English reference book, because although it's soft-paste porcelain, which is basically what we make in this country, this is French soft-paste porcelain, so you wouldn't have found it. I love soft-paste. I think it's much more responsive material than the hard paste that my sensei makes. And the enamel will sort of sink so beautifully into the glaze and give you that wonderful soft feel about it. This was made at Menacey, French factory called Menacey, and it was under the protection of the Duc de Villeroy. And in fact, his little DV mark is visible on the rim there, which is quite an unusual thing to find. It was made somewhere around 1745.
That old?
1745, it's that old, yes. And it might be possible, although I doubt it, to find a more accurate date from the discharge marks on the rim here of the silver mount. It's a nice old original mount. They're very often remounted, but this is original, which is nice. But this is very akin to Sèvres boxes, which were made at this sort of date, and St. Cloud was another factory in France making similar things. But I like Menacey. I think it's super. It did have a slight problem, which is visible in places on this box, and that is this misfiring. You've got these little black spots coming up.
Yes, I've noticed.
And that was impurities in the glaze or the body blowing out during the firing. But that's acceptable. I mean, it's what you expect. Beautifully enamelled with little flowers. How did you come by it? Is it a family one?
No, it's not. I bought it in a junk shop, actually, about 7 or 8 years ago with a box of other things.
Did you really?
I only paid £2 for the box of...
I don't believe
It's
it.
true, yes, in London.
Well done. That was a remarkable thing to have done. So you've no idea what it's worth now?
No idea at all.
Well, it would have no trouble with this original mount of making somewhere around £500 to £700.
Really?
Yes. So jolly good £2 worth.
Made a profit.
You've made a very good profit.
It's beautiful, though.
Yes, well done.
Oh, yes, another plate. Oh, what a pity. Rather crazed, that, isn't it? This is part of a service that was probably made in the Regency period between 1810 and 1820 in England. The pattern, though, this moulded pattern with sea scrolls and sort of garlands tied with ribbons, originates in the Sèvres factory in about 1760. And then was taken up in England by Colport, by the Nantgarw factory in Wales and by other minor factories, such as the manufacture of these pieces. I say a minor manufacturer because when you look at the service, although it's very pretty, and the butterflies are quite enchanting, look at the lovely colours. The landscape subjects are really quite summary and perfunctory. And even you've got a little sort of matchstick man here, like you might get in a Lowry painting. It's very pretty, and it has on the back a mark. That 458 mark is a 3-figure mark, which tells us that probably this is a piece made by a rather young factory. They only got around between 400 and 500 patterns. You can also see it's not a very good factory because of the staining. Now, I have a theory that the better factories had less problems with their wares staining later than less good ones. Good wares don't stain like that.
Don't they?
But I think the service would have had originally 2 of these sucreries for sweet sauces, a centre dish, a pair of dishes like that at least, and 2 other shapes of dishes, probably in pairs, and either a dozen or 18 plates like this.
Yes.
How many pieces have you got?
Well, I've got half a dozen of these and 2 of those. I know, I have seen the others.
So it's very sad the service has
yes,
got
it's
split.
divided up. I've seen it in various relatives' homes.
Happens so often.
Yes.
But this is a nice piece and would look very good on a mantel shelf or on a sideboard, and it's probably worth between 200 and 250 pounds.
Yes.
A good plate like this is worth 40 to 60 pounds, and the dish is a little bit more.
Yes.
So I think the good pieces still probably represent a value of 500 pounds or so.
Yes.
Maybe you could have a whole service together.
Yes, sir, thank you very much.
Well, the people of Peterborough have shown us a wide variety of things today, in particular furniture. Lots of it there, but all basically of one period, Christopher.
Yes, mainly Victorian. A good cross-section, but nearly all Victorian pieces from the middle of the century.
How would you sort of sum it up?
Well, all quite good quality and in nice condition, I'm pleased to say. But there's one fascinating point, and that most of the pieces, or a lot of them, are from Northern Europe, Germany.
Any particular reason for that?
Well, I wonder. I think possibly they've all come from the Hamburg ports, a big trading area, into East Anglia, Harwich, possibly even King's Lynn. And of course, there was a lot of competition from Germany, as there was in other European countries during the 19th century.
And you had a workbox earlier. This one, different style, but basically similar.
Yes, very similar indeed. Wonderful condition again, lined with sycamore maple, all European woods. Very nice quality condition, lovely little piece of furniture.
So, German furniture in Peterborough. In West Cornwall, where we go next week, who knows what we may expect to find. The Roadshow, I'm sure, as unpredictable as ever. We hope you'll join us then next week, and until then, from Christopher, the other experts, and me, goodbye.